So in this video, I'm going to introduce a cool new feature that we have added to Clerk Dashboard, but I thought instead of showing it myself, I would invite the engineer that actually worked on it to join me and we walk through the feature together. So Raf, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. So the idea here is to have a easier and more approachable way to navigate and find things on the dashboard. For folks that are not familiar with Command+K, is literally what you have to press to pull this open. So a lot of apps have this, and it's kind of one of those things that once you've used one, you kind of miss this everywhere. It's just like a easy way to find things. So before we go deep into how that works, I think the idea here was always to empower our users of the dashboard, and the two profiles that I think will benefit the most here are power users, people that use this a lot, use this every day, like us building it, or people that are managing big accounts and stuff. They're every day, they're here, they're going, they're changing configs and all that. Why? Web's basically click ops. You need to click on deep level nested menus to find stuff, but you know where you're gonna go. So there's no reason to have to do all that. So if I want to change my domain, I can just search for domains and I'm here. So I save 3-4 clicks, just jump over here. I can go back to the overview, just type in a few characters instead of having to click on configure and dive up on those menus and finding something over here. So for people that use this a lot, you can just jump into things really quickly. You can do actions like switch workspaces, find what you have, jump in test, and you are to your other workspace. If you have more than one, if you use one for work, one for personal projects or anything like that, just jump into one and do all that you need. You can switch applications. So if you have if your team has 3 different applications for maybe staging, for testing stuff, or for different products, you can just switch between the applications quickly instead of having to opening this and finding the one that you want to go. So I think the first profile that is gonna use this the most and have more value on moving quickly is people that know where they want to go. Maybe you want to switch the team, maybe you want to go back to this one, you want to switch to development instance to check something, and then back to production, and doing all that with ease. So I guess that's the first profile that we aim for empowering here. I think it wouldn't be fair to just release a feature that only helps people that know exactly where you want to go. If you think about auth, is not the simplest thing in the world. You can change, you can tune a lot of different params to get it looking exactly how you want. And a lot of people might not know how to do or deal with that. So what I wanted to do with this feature from the get-go was giving people a easy way to understand better where they want to go or what they can do with Clerk. So the first feature that we have here for those people is maybe searching docs. So let's say you saw here on the top organizations, you don't know how that works, how you can use that on your code. So you can go here, search docs, and then search, for example, use organization and jump into our docs. Read on how you use that, and then once you're done, you can go to the config and enable that. That suits me, that's what I want. You can also find things by searching. For example, if I search for organizations, and I do on the page, I just scroll to the bottom and I find search docs, organizations, and then I can get this search and kind of throw into the docs and see organizations, and then we jump over here and can read about how Clerk organizations work and all that. So other than just getting people that know exactly what they want, we kind of want to also get people that are trying to do something and get them to the feature they want. So I really like these two features. I think they're really good. They were things you could do before, you could go clicking our menus to find the page that you want to go. You could go to docs and search that. Now we're kind of just making this a lot easier. I think one feature that I really like about this is how we can guide an user that has no idea how to use Clerk to the place that they want to go. So the last feature that I want to showcase here is probably my favorite, is asking for help. So I know I need to set up my domain. I have no idea where that is. I don't even know like how to get there. So I can just ask like, where can I change my domain? And instead of going to docs and reading through it, I can try to get some help from the AI assistant. What this is going to do is like, ask AI for this question. This model has the context of all of the pages and stuff you can do on each page on our dashboard, and it's going to solve this question for you. So if you didn't knew where you needed to go to change your domain, here you go. If I ask like, where can I enable wait lists, and I ask me to navigate there, we get to the waitlist page, which is exactly where we need it to be. So
Beautiful.
It's more like, I've heard Clerk has this feature, how do I get there? And we can now take like anyone to this specific page.
That's beautiful. I loved all the 3 different use cases you mentioned. One starting from a power user that they know where they want to go. This command menu just makes it super fast for them to get where they want to go by just typing instead of having to go click through the menu. The search docs for, you can just jump in while you're inside Clerk Dashboard, you can just jump into that relevant page in the docs. And the AI feature for folks who may not know how to find or where to find a specific setting they're looking for, to just navigate to that page. I think you covered all different types of users and use cases here. It's pretty cool to use it. I feel like sometimes as we're growing and building more features in Clerk, and sometimes maybe changing around the way that they are laid out in the Clerk dashboard, having this tool that you could just quickly type in, that we're all used to using Command+Ks and a command menu to just find it, it also makes it easier for the new features that we add or any rearrangement we're doing in the layout.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think it's also on helping folks explore the product, like just giving an easy way to get like an overview of what Clerk can do. So you might like find out about new things that you didn't even know were like a possibility. Just find out, click, see how they go. So it's a great way to explore the product as well. I have a lot of ideas for the command menu. What makes this special for me is how well integrated this is with like what you would do from day to day. It's not like you need to get out of your way to use this. It's simply making what you needed to do better, faster. So I have a lot of features that could help on that. We need to really design and knock down how they're going to work with, for example, like actions, doing things from inside the command menu, and maybe shortcuts, stuff like that, that just makes it even easier to use. So this is definitely not like the last final step of this feature. We really want to improve that going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. I forgot to mention the actions. You're right. That is actually a quick, easy way to just do stuff without having to go outside. Like when you're changing workspaces or even the application inside of one workspace or changing instances. That was great too. So maybe more shortcuts, more actions there. Kind of like a raycast feel where you would have a lot of functionality just in raycast doing stuff in your MacBook. We could have more actions here as well. All right. Well, I think this was a great demo. I love this new feature. Thank you for joining me on this session, Rafael. I hope we have you back on for more additions to command menu, or maybe you never know, maybe for another thing that you built.
That's amazing. Yeah. I'm always happy to talk about these things.
All right, folks. So that was the new feature that we just dropped. I'll try to bring in more Clerk engineers with me to join and have a conversation about the features that we're building from now on. So stay tuned on our channel. If you have any questions, like always, leave them down in the comments, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.